Apple Watch Series 3 4K subscriber giveaway. Get subscribed. Let's do it.
Hey, what's up guys? Good morning. Welcome back. We got some weather. So, the joys of construction work, heavy equipment work in the wintertime. You know, I guess there's nothing like summer, that's for sure. Wife's up there in the window looking at me, making me nervous while I'm recording. So we need to finish that mulching job that I started the other day, that I showed you the video. It's gonna come up just before this one. The 2-year review of my Kubota KX080-4. So here we go. We got some weather yesterday. It was cold last night. So see the plow on the 250 up there. So that truck was out plowing. I was out plowing yesterday with that. The 350 is getting all the plow stuff taken off it, so we only had one truck. So the countdown is on for the new truck. But anyway, the joys of construction work in the winter time. You know, you got to shovel off this deck. Make sure all of your sort of moving parts are well lubricated, or they're just going to completely seize up. Your plugins are all lubed up with you know, some good, you can get some really good like marine stuff for that, so that they don't corrode, because it will corrode with the salt and everything we have here. Just everything, guys, like everything needs to be well lubricated. Every moving part is well lubricated, or it's gonna freeze up and you're gonna be in a jam. Carry a torch with you absolutely everywhere you go. You're gonna need it. So I got to get this deck shoveled off, and we're gonna go do some mulching, finish that job, get the machine back here. I think I'm gonna sort of put a halt to machine work before Christmas. We're supposed to get a ton of rain this weekend. It's supposed to be between +5 and +10 Friday and Saturday. We're supposed to get like 2.5 inches of rain in those 2 days, so this snow will be absolutely gone. And right now there's no snow in the forecast for Christmas and, you know, afterwards. So I do have a couple more mulching jobs to do, but I'll probably bring the machine back here, shut it down until then, and maybe next week I'll have a couple days at the beginning of the week to do it. But for now, it's probably going to be it. Wait till the snow goes away a bit. And I do have to use this deck as well to get my 350 back here, and then take the new truck out to get the work done on it. So I need the deck and I need the machine back here. So we're gonna get this thing shoveled off, and then we are going to get on the road, head out and do the work, and hopefully no one calls me and tell me they need some more plowing done. What up? I was trying to wait until the sun wasn't gonna be in my face, or on the side of my face, or behind me shining into the camera while I'm driving to this site, but it's just not gonna happen. So if it's crappy, sorry, the sun just won't listen to me. I've told it a few times, but it just won't cooperate with me. So yeah, construction work or heavy equipment work or trucking, any of that stuff in the winter time, it is a completely new ball game. Complete new ball game for us, you know, in our climate here, pretty much anywhere in Canada. A lot of parts in the States, obviously in Europe and stuff too, but it's completely different ball games, a whole new bag of apples. Summertime, you know, everything is nice and warm. Things are working the way they're supposed to be working. You got longer days, all that stuff. You got everything cooperating with you. Even if it rains, you know, you can still do stuff if the ground's not frozen, for one. So a lot changes. Everything changes. So your equipment gets harder on your gear. You burn more fuel because you need to allow time for your equipment to warm up. So that burns more fuel. Everything is frozen or full of ice or full of salt. So you want to keep stuff clean. You got to wash your stuff more if you want it to last. You gotta wash your stuff more, you know, you gotta undercoat your vehicles, keep everything nice and lubed and just ready to go, smooth sailing. So there's, you know, there's that end of it. You got additives that you should be putting in your gear. It's going to be sitting around at any point in time. There's all kinds of different stuff out there. I don't swear by any one thing. They're all, you know, pretty good. Lucas obviously makes a really good product on pretty much everything. So, you know, there's additives to put into even your slip tank. Like if your slip tank, you want to keep that full all the time because you don't want condensation getting in there and water getting in there. You want to try to use that as much as you can and then refill it with new fuel. Same as your gear. You want to keep it topped up but with some additives in it. You don't want condensation getting in. Even just the pickup trucks, like diesel trucks, take forever to warm up unless you have the secondary heating unit installed in it. And I don't have that in any of my vehicles. So like, you know, I can start my truck in the morning from inside the house for 15 minutes, come out, and it hasn't even moved. It's still cold. Until you actually get moving and start working the truck and working the engine a bit, that's when it starts to heat up. And you don't want to just jump in the truck and go with a cold engine. It's not as bad as what it used to be, but you just don't want to do that. You want everything warm, all your components warm before you put any stress on it. So the equipment, yes, it's hard to run the equipment. There's all kinds of things that you need to do to prepare for it and make sure everything's working tip-top. Then, like I mentioned, the days are shorter. So when you're quoting jobs, you know, in the summertime, you've got 12, 14 hours of daylight. So if you want to push a job that would take one full, big, long, heavy, strenuous day to do in the summertime, that's at least 2 days in the wintertime because you just don't have the daylight. You know, it's 9 o'clock right now. Obviously the sun is up, but 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning is when you can really start seeing what's going on. And between 4:30, 5 o'clock, the sun's going down and you're losing daylight. So you're only getting, you know, 8 hours or so of actual daylight. And then of course the next day when you start in the wintertime, you got 2 hours in the morning basically of warming the gear up, if you got to shovel snow off and stuff. So if you're quoting jobs, keep that in mind. A lot of jobs in the wintertime will be more expensive than what they are in the summer. If you're a customer out there, you got to understand that stuff. And you know, I'm sorry for that, but we can't control that. So if you want something done in the wintertime that could have been done in the summertime, you're probably going to pay more for it. There's just no way around it. We're, you know, us entrepreneurs, we're not in business to lose money. We're in business to make money, provide for our families, and provide a good product in the end for the customer. But we can't do that at a loss for us. So if you're someone out there listening to this, a customer, you know, think about that stuff. All that stuff is cost on us. So, you know, keep that in mind. So there's all kinds of things that are, you know, change in the wintertime. Everything changes. It's, like I said, it's a completely different ball game. So keep that in mind, guys. Like if you're a contractor and, you know, you're starting to sit down and crunch some numbers, okay, this is what I potentially am going to generate in the summertime, or, you know, 9 months a year. Don't base that on 12 months. Like, don't base, you know, payments and things on 12 months of the year if you're in a climate like I am, because you're not going to get, unless you're doing something that I don't know, you know, if you're doing $100,000 worth of work from May or April to, you know, October, and you're doing, you know, construction work, like excavation work, vegetation management, like stuff that I'm sort of doing, you're not going to get that in the wintertime unless you have some crazy snow removal contracts. And that is hard as shit on your gear. Snow removal is hard on your gear, it is, and there's not big money in it. It's just something that if you're a contractor and you got some equipment sitting around and you want to make a bit of money during the winter, you throw a plow on your truck and you get by. You're not going to make money, crazy money off of snow removal. You know, things can be going great, you can be making some money, and then all of a sudden something might break. Or, you know, whatever. Like, all that stuff, you know, happens. Winter is hard on the stuff. It's hard on you because you're out in the elements and you're cold, you're wet, you know, you're tired, it's dark, you're cranky, and then it's hard on your gear because everything just takes longer to warm up. Everything is frozen, you know, the salt is hanging off of the stuff everywhere. It's just, it's Sam, down there in California, I know you guys get some cold weather. I know you guys get a bit of snow where you're at, I believe. But you wouldn't be wearing your shorts like you were wearing in your ATV video there the other day. If you were down here right now. It's -6 outside right now, Celsius. And with the wind chill, it's like -16. But anyway, that's my little spiel for now, fellas. We're gonna head to the site. We'll jump in the excavator, and I'll probably get some footage of me mulching. There's probably a bit of snow hanging off the trees, so that might be kind of cool to see, to catch on video. All the snow flying through the air. But we'll get there. Hopefully the thing fires up. It's been sitting there since Saturday. It is now Wednesday, and it's been cold, and it's been wet, and it's been snowing, freezing rain, you know, we've had everything. So it's gonna take a while to warm that thing up. Probably have to scrape the windows and stuff off it. It probably looks like a big chunk of ice right now. So we'll get there and get that all taken care of, get that fired up, get the job done. I'm gonna stay until the job's done, even if I gotta use my damn lights. Get the thing loaded on the trailer and get out of there. And that's another thing with the trailer. You know, keep those things shoveled off and keep them nice and clean, because there's nothing more dangerous than pulling a piece of gear on the back of a trailer that is a sheet of ice. So don't do that stuff, guys. Like, don't do that stuff. You're just asking for disaster. You're asking for complete disaster. Keep that nice and clean on there. Don't pull a piece of gear on there when that thing is a chunk of ice. It's not going to end well for you. Someone said the other day when I posted the video of me, you know, loading my bike on the trailer there by myself, he was like, "Man, I love watching your videos." He said, "You definitely don't mind taking a risk." Now, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I try to make sure that the things that I do, I try to prepare for if something can potentially go wrong. So in the video there, like if the truck did come down the ramp, if that cable happened to snap, I didn't catch it on video, but I mentioned that I had 2 sheets of plywood, 2 sheets of plywood that I had to put down where the, you know, where the sort of dips in the ramps are. I didn't end up using those, but I also had 2 planks, and I had some 6x6 blocks that I had in the toolbox on the trailer, and I actually laid those down on the asphalt with the 6x6 up, and then the planks sort of laying across them. So if the truck did take a dive down the trailer, if the cable let go, it wouldn't have just kept going down the parking lot. It would have hit those and stopped. And actually, the parking lot was tilted back the other way. So yeah, what I do is risky. A lot of the work that we do can be risky, just in the way that we're out in, you know, bad elements, you know, driving in snowstorms and things like that. But we always take the proper precautions, like when we're on the bikes, you know, we got the helmets on, we got all of our steel toe equipment on. When we're using the chainsaws, you know, we have all of our safety stuff on. You know, if someone's working around the machine, we always stay, like, our rule is, we have rules of how many feet we need to be away from the machine, and we communicate if we need to approach the machine. Everyone has cell phones on them, so, you know, they'll call the operator and say, "Hey man, like, I need to come talk to you for a second," whatever. What we do can be risky, yes, and sometimes when you're in this type of work, there's obviously risk involved, but we always take the proper precautions to absolutely minimize what could potentially happen. But don't do stuff like I just said. Don't do stuff like loading equipment on the back of a trailer that is a chunk of ice, take the time, clean the thing off, and do it right. What's gonna save yourself 5 minutes could cost you, you know, your life, could cost you your piece of equipment, could cost you hours of time trying to fix up what broke, could cost you days and days of downtime if you break something. So just don't do that stuff. Anyway, we're gonna get to the site and we're gonna start getting some shit done here. Okay. So here we are. We're gonna be mulching down there. It's actually quite a bit to do, so we gotta get at it. Want to get this done today. The truck looks good surrounded by all the snow and stuff. Looks pretty badass. So there is the frozen chunk of ice right there. Like I said, there's nothing like summer. But it made it through the weekend with no one obviously coming up and deciding they needed to do anything to it, so that's nice. It's gonna take a long time to warm this thing up though and get the hydraulic fluid warmed up in her and flowing through. So locks are froze. So hopefully she fires up here. Let some fuel cycle through her a little bit. All right, here we go. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna idle up just a little bit. Warm this bugger up. Right on. Crank the heat up in here. Get that cleaned off. My wiper's stuck. Get that banged off. So yeah, always carry a torch with you. At least 2 different size hammers. Get a big one, get a small one. It just, you need that stuff. So when you leave, you gotta load that bucket on, put that on the back of the trailer. Ah, yes sir. All right. So we're gonna let this warm up for a while, unfortunately, because I like to get to work right away. But then we're gonna mulch this bugger up and get this done. Get out of here. See if she's frozen in here. Oh, not too bad. Here's what we did the other day. Looks like the friggin' Trans-Canada Highway now. All right, fellas. I'm gonna jump in. Probably watch some YouTube. Wait for this thing to warm up. All right. All right, boys. She's done. Not bad for a few hours work. Glad to get it done. Get ready to load the machine on. You can hear the compressor. I know I tried to show you guys this before and it was too dark. But my compressor is right underneath there, Firestone compressor. That way it's in, it's out of the weather. Because here in our climate, if you put it where they tell you to put it, which is like underneath this area of the cab, there's a good chance you're gonna run into condensation problems and you're gonna burn out your compressor. In there's the airbags, getting pumped up. Sam, sometime you do those videos, buddy. But anyway, you can see the deck cleared off. I gotta strap that down. I've got to clean off the tracks. There's some snow and some stuff caught underneath there. Clean this stuff off my, there, bang. Clean that off. Clean the snow off because they will actually give you heck for that too, because that can be flying off coming down the road. So we're gonna clean that all off, get this thing loaded on, head on back to the house and unload it, and potentially go in and pick up the 350 from my uncle's shop, because he should pretty much have everything off it and ready to go. Let's get her loaded up. All right, fellas, she's all ready to go. She's all ready to go. So let's see if we can get out of here. It's a bit of a tight turn down there. But, you know, hey, we got in, we should be able to get out, right? Doesn't that make sense? Yeah, boys, there's nothing hitting our truck now. Much better, eh? Okay, that's enough. Alright, I said. Alright, here we go. This is actually a very busy little friggin' section of road here. It's a bit of a sharp turn here on the right, so I certainly have to be careful. And of course it's slippery, it's snow covered. Yeah, car's coming. Okay, here we go. Watch my back end. Alright, good stuff. Alright, we're off. Got that one done. Very happy for that. It went very well. Knocked that one off the list. Very, very happy about that one. So here we are, yeah, we're towing 30,000 pounds yet again, boys. If you're new, I have 2 or 3 videos up now of this truck towing this weight. So the excavator is about 21,000. Well, it's about 20,500 or so. Then you add the mulcher on there, which is like 1,200. You add the trailer on there, which is like 88. 21,000 pounds. You know, 22.5 plus the trailer. Anyway, we're at 30,000 pounds, or maybe even a little above. So, you know, pretty impressive. Pretty damn impressive for this truck. So if you want to see just a designated video for that, I do have a few of them up. You know, check them out. But I'll show you a little bit of towing with this guy right now. Alright, so we got a busy section of road here, and I've got an uphill climb to merge onto it. So we can't cut anything close. They just won't have the speed to go. So we gotta hope for a break in traffic, both directions. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, of course I got a yellow light too, so now I gotta start all over again on a hill. I'm not gonna hammer it. My foot's not to the floor, and I mean really, it's still doing its thing pretty good here. Now we're on the highway, and you know, we're just cruising along here about 100 kilometers an hour. No problems. Trans temp is at 90 now. But yeah, I mean, obviously I said before, the truck does great hauling this thing, guys, but... Alright fellas, we made it. We're back. Get this thing unloaded and prepare for pickup of the 350. He said it'd be ready either this afternoon or tomorrow morning. So either tonight or tomorrow, I'll go and pick that up and take over to the dealership, whichever dealership it's gonna be. Drop that off and pick up the new one on Friday. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Anyway, fellas, as always, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you know I got more of this stuff going on. Anyway, everybody, stay warm, stay safe, stay cool. Later.